Hello, my name is Donna Feazell. Welcome to The Woman's Edge. I'm your host today, and I have with me also Natasha Hicks. Natasha is my co-host, and then we also have another person with us today. Almost afraid to bring her on. This is my mom. Her name is Hazel Harris, and someone sent us an email, and one really good reason I wanted Mom on the show is I learned how to save money through Mother, okay? She makes everything. It's like everything is all natural, and it's real good to use all natural skincare, and we're going to be talking about this real special product we have right here.
That's great. That's
it
great.
Looks like
Rice
Krispie treats. I mean, you want to eat it, but do not eat this.
That's right. Do not eat.
So we're going to be talking about that in just a few minutes. But let's go ahead and go with the email. The email is really interesting, and this came from one of my real good friends. Her name is Carrie, and Carrie watches the show, and she's come into my show into my store frequently. Hi, I watch your show. Miss you in your store, Donna. I love your ideas you all give on saving money. You know, saving money is like making money.
Absolutely. So
you don't want to destroy it and just throw it away on things you shouldn't throw it away on. One thing I do is save all of my coupons, and I use them on double coupon days. And sometimes some stores have triple coupon days. So I'm always alerted to that. And some of the grocery stores. Just make sure you look at the coupons to make sure you use them on the double or triple coupon days, and make sure you look at the expiration dates. And also one thing I've noticed, some of the coupons you can't double or triple, so make sure you look at that before you use it on the double days. Thank you, Carrie. And thank you, Carrie. Thank you for watching the show. Now, Mom, this is my mom, and Mom is going to talk to us about this basic lye soap recipe. So tell us how you make this lye soap. It looks good enough to eat.
It does,
but do not eat.
Do not eat it.
Okay. First of all, you need to do this procedure in a well-ventilated area. Outside is a good place to be. And you need a plastic container, and you mix your lye in cold water. It's about 13 ounces of lye and about 2.5 pints of cold water. And when you mix this together, it'll heat. And you let this cool. And then you use about 6 pounds of lard, or you can use like bacon drippings, but you cannot use like a liquid oil, Crisco or anything like that. And then after this procedure cools, you pour this lard, and you have to melt this lard mixture. And you add this to that. And then you let that cool a little bit. Then you can pour it into molds, little fancy molds, or you can take like an Avon box top lid, and you line that with plastic. And you can pour this in this container, which will be just one large, like a lump of soap. But then you wait a little, about maybe 30 minutes or a little longer. And you can take a knife and cut this into bars if you'd like. But the little fancy molds are cute, if you have them. And that's about.
Well, could you use wax paper instead of plastic when you put it in the? I've been meaning to ask you about that.
Oh, well, you probably could.
It would come out easier,
plastic,
wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. But it comes out easily after you cut it. I have tried it like that, and it works well.
What about the Crisco in the, not the oil part, but the Crisco?
Well, now, I don't know. What I've used is the old-timey
lard,
like which
and
nobody
the
uses
green
that
and white
anymore.
Thing? Okay.
Yeah,
Which you make biscuits with?
Yeah,
okay.
like my grandmother used to make biscuits probably, and my mother has. But then, everybody got sort of self-conscious,
quick biscuits or whatever,
quick biscuits,
health conscious,
and health conscious and everything. And so, but anyway, as a matter of fact, I don't really know anybody uses it for biscuit making anymore.
Really?
They may, but my family doesn't anymore.
Do you make biscuits?
I do.
Do you use lard?
No, I use mayonnaise.
It's another topic for another show.
So you're learning.
Yes, I'm learning.
Where do you think I get most of my topics? All this homemade stuff she does. But Mom, now you and Aunt Elizabeth, you made these.
I made
right?
them.
And Aunt Elizabeth always uses like bacon grease, but I don't smell the bacon grease.
I smell food.
Yeah, but I don't smell bacon grease.
I smell some type of something.
The lye kind of does away with the scent. The lard does away with the scent of the lye.
Because when she first said bacon grease, you know how you do your mother. I'm looking at Mother like, bacon grease? You use bacon grease? But they do, but I don't smell bacon grease.
You don't smell it.
I smell something. It might not be bacon grease, but
Don't eat it. Now that's another thing that mother wanted to talk to us
put
about.
that back here.
Don't eat this stuff because
What is it used
it's
for?
lye.
Can
You
it
take
like regular?
baths with
You
it.
wash your face with it?
Yes, you can wash your face with it.
But the lye is dangerous, though. Why do you put it
Well,
on
it
your
does
face?
exfoliate.
Years ago, it was mostly used, I think, to do laundry with, you know. But then later on, I don't know who discovered this, but they use it for the skin. And I go to church with this lady that has the most beautiful skin you've ever seen.
Okay.
She's probably in her 60s, and she's been using it for a long time. So she told me about it.
That's mine.
That
No.
she used it. So now I'm using it. I'm cleaning my face in this.
You have beautiful skin.
She does, and then what I've noticed, because she never used it on her face, she used it everywhere else. So, but I noticed that her lines are less noticeable.
I think it helps wrinkles. I really do.
So what? You don't have any wrinkles.
I don't want them with this.
Use that, you won't have them.
But your skin feels so soft when you
I can
use it.
feel the moisture, and when I keep rubbing, I can
It
feel
is
the
great,
oil.
really. It is. It's great.
And it exfoliates. That's what it's doing. Is it's exfoliating. It's getting rid of the dead skin
This
cells.
is so old school. I've seen lye soap in 4 scores and 10 years.
And I went to Smoky Mountains maybe a couple of years ago, and I bought a bar up there. This
they sell it?
I bought a bar, and it had this little paper with it, and it said you could also shampoo your hair in it.
Really?
Oh, we have to try that.
So I didn't know that.
Does it lather up really good?
Yeah, it lathers. When you wet that, it just lathers real great, and I love it.
And it's safe for your face even though it heats up with the cold water.
Well, it don't really heat up like it when you're mixing it. It heats,
Yeah, when
but
you mix
like it just it's just great. It lathers real well.
Okay.
So
And it's a good thing to use too. You know, some people do the spray on tans, and they tell you to exfoliate your skin when you do a spray on tan. So this will exfoliate your legs and your knees and your feet.
I don't think I've done a spray tan lately.
You know what? You don't have to.
Might not be able to
But
see me.
I haven't. And everybody watches the show say, you look so pale. And I'm afraid to do that because I turn orange every time I use a spray on tan.
Really?
I've tried different products, different companies, even I even went to a salon and had them do it. And they guaranteed I would not turn orange, and I did. But you have to worry about, if you do spray on or whatever, tans, fake tans, you always need to make sure you exfoliate the elbows and the knees and the feet, because it will turn like really dark here in your knees and your feet. See the things you don't have to worry about that we have to worry about? So natural, so natural. We're all jealous of you about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you're like me and you're really pale and you have to do something like that, make sure you always exfoliate the elbows. And it's good to do this at least a good week before you have it done, because you're going to have brown patches on your elbows and your knees and your feet if you don't.
Now, you mentioned that you're fair skinned. You're fair skinned, blonde hair, brown eyes, though. But your mom is kind of brown.
I know, it makes me mad.
well, I worked outside, and she don't.
Well, she takes this from the Bearden side of our family. The Bearden side of the family is, and I take from my great-granddad Slayton, who was very, very pale skinned. So, but now my brother and sister are like my mom.
But blonde hair with brown eyes, I'm thinking the ones I've known can tan.
Well, it's actually it's not really blonde.
What?
Don't really tell. Only her hairdresser knows.
We only hairdresser knows. But I'm saying the brown eyes, though.
I know it's kind of an odd combination. Yeah, I could have at least taken his blue eyes, couldn't I?
But back to the lye soap.
Back to the last soap. She's going to reel us back in. Back
She's
to the
reeling
last
me back
soap. She's reeling us back in, see?
I have a thyroid problem, and my skin is real dry. And so my doctor said, well, there's nothing really, for that. So the lye soap helps. So I just want to put a plug about lye soap.
Hey, plug it. I like her.
I'm going
plug it.
to.
She's plugging it.
I'm plugging for lye
You
soap.
know something? I watched the Beverly Hillbillies one time, and Granny had Ellie Mae in this tub, and she was washing her skin with lye soap, so it must have been like nothing like this.
No.
And on the show, there was like Miss Jane. Was it Miss Jane?
Jane Hathaway.
Yeah, Miss Jane walks up and she says, "What are you washing that girl's body with?"
Taking the skin off of her.
So when Mother mentioned lye soap, I was like, "Mom, lye
Rinse your
soap."
mouth out with lye soap.
She thought I had Alzheimer's.
Dementia. What is really going on?
Mom.
Can I have a piece of lye soap?
You can.
I really want to
You
have it.
can. We'll give you
Mom
one.
says I can have it. Mother says I
We'll
can
fight
have it.
about that later, Natasha.
Mother says I can have it. You don't see
You
me
can-
next show.
Whatever
Donna knocked me
Mom
off.
says.
Donna off me for the lye soap.
Mom, could you put anything else? Now you mentioned like lard, so it can't be like Wesson oil.
It can't be a liquid oil
Okay.
because it doesn't
wouldn't
harden, you know. But lard like
That
that,
makes
when it gets
sense.
cold, you know, it'll get
So that's
hard.
real grease. Just put lard on your face.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. You know, I tried that.
Did you? I'm sure you did.
The Mom and I like the nut.
I'm sure she did.
The nut doesn't fall.
She probably
from the
did.
tree.
Yeah.
The
She's
nut doesn't
joking,
fall
but she
from
probably
You're putting
did.
the bust. The nut doesn't fall from the tree.
We will try anything. I mean, you know, but the natural stuff works better. Anything natural, because you have to think about some of the things they put in some of the skincare. And Avon and Mary Kay and a lot of those companies have a lot of really good things.
But just stick
Yeah.
to the basics. I find that stuff like this back in the day, they didn't use any of that stuff, that $50, $100 cream for wrinkles. They used lye soap and stuff, and look how she's looking.
Well, you have to think about what did they do 2,000 years ago?
Yeah, really.
Like Cleopatra. You know, they said she was a businesswoman, and she owned spas. Actually, what she owned, and she was like down at the sea and down at the water, and she actually had spas, and they would manufacture the sea salts.
Yeah.
And I
we've
mean,
talked
so it
about
was
that
like
before.
a spa that they did, and they knew all about the natural things and everything that would work.
Now another thing, this is all natural, nothing added, but you can add color
You can?
or fragrances.
Mm.
You know,
I'd like to keep it.
Yeah, but is it
Yeah.
all natural?
but
if
it
you
wouldn't
put-
be all natural.
I'd like to keep
but,
it.
but
How
you
much were they
can.
selling it for when you were selling it, when you saw it in the mountains?
I think it was about $6
Are
a
you
bar.
serious?
6 or 7.
We're in the wrong business again, Donna.
But it lasts a long time.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
It does,
It does.
because I mean it'll not melt down like regular soap does.
I wonder how many people have actually heard of lye soap.
Well, they're about to hear it now.
Yeah.
Because I am
Probably.
just a cheerleader for
Yeah.
it.
Rah, rah, lie. Lye soap, lye soap. Go get your lye soap.
Let's
Now,
make
you'll
some
never
cheers
shut
for
up.
Go
lye
get your
soap.
lye soap.
She's going to move in with my mother.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to Alabama
I
now and
will
live
go to
with
Alabama
mother?
and live with mother.
You will?
I will.
So we'll never see you again.
Absolutely not.
She won't stay young forever, does
No, I
she?
won't stay young. I want to stay young forever and ever. Look like you.
Well, thank
Good
you.
hair, good skin, good teeth, just good. The Southern Belle.
You know what it really is?
What
Being
is it?
raised on beans and potatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll try that too.
No hamburgers, no french.
Well, you-
Sometimes we get french fries.
What about meat?
Yeah, natural
Meat.
stuff.
Natural stuff. Where you kill your own stuff.
Well, I wouldn't eat it. I mean, I just had this thing.
No,
That's one of those
thing
things
I've
that you
met.
wouldn't do. You wouldn't eat what
Some-
mother
certain
cooked.
things I wouldn't do.
They'd be her pets, you know. She couldn't kill
You
them.
want to eat her pets.
She don't want to eat them.
Remember that time? We had some cows, and so they were going to take the cows to slaughter, and my brother and I pitched a fit. It was like, no, you're not going to, because we treated these cows like they were dogs. I mean, they would actually come to you to the fence, and Mother said, we're going to have to sell them because she said they're
No need to get
expensive.
She
attached.
named them. Everyone had a different name.
Donna, those are not your friends. Those are food.
And the pigs were so cute.
Were they?
Yeah, the little tiny
What about the big ones? They
pigs.
grow up to be big
Well,
ones.
we liked them too because they grow up. That they were cute too, and they would come to the
Charlotte's
fence.
Web. I love that book.
See, I like the country, but I like animals for pets.
You do?
Yeah, I
Well,
can't.
you had a hard time.
I had a
eating.
hard time. I couldn't do it.
Her
So-
husband's allergic to cats, so she can't have cats.
Oh, but she'd have
And she loves
50,000.
them. If she could have them, she probably would.
Yeah, I would be with the cat lady. Cats all over the
What
floor.
hoarder you're hoarding cats.
Cats and dogs.
Cats everywhere on top of your roof. Well, I wouldn't come to your house because I'm allergic to cats also.
Oh, are you? Well,
Yes.
then you and Phil. Okay.
What is it that makes you allergic? What is it? What is it?
The
It's like,
dander.
it's like seafood. It's like I swell up, I itch.
Oh
If I
no.
rub my
Oh, you're
eye.
that way with seafood too.
Seafood, yeah.
Because
with shellfish.
Phil Phil actually got hepatitis one time from eating some kind of shellfish.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Well, it's the iodine in the shellfish. But it's weird. I can eat it fried, and I can eat oysters on the half shell. Raw oysters, I don't. But if it's shrimp
Just
or lobster, I
something-
have to have it fried, and I have to use gloves when I peel it because if I make the mistake of touching my eye or my lip or anything, it itches, it swells up, my throat swells up, and I need to go to
No,
get
I'm
a
that way
shot
with
of
poison oak.
Benadryl.
Well, don't you ever have arteriogram done? I have a first cousin that had one done.
What is that?
Oh, they run dye to your heart to see,
Oh,
you know, if you have
no.
blockage.
Oh.
And we were at the hospital, they called cold blue on her.
Really?
She